What's up, guys? If you are into music reaction channels that are honest, raw, and authentic, look no further. You found your destination. It is the Tazzz and Philly Show. Welcome to our journey.
And make sure that you subscribe below and enjoy the show. We're a reaction channel with a podcast vibe. So we know there's people out there that like podcasts. We know there's people out there that like reaction channels. We want to try to merge the two together. We're real and authentic, and we want you to represent music appreciation like we do. So always make sure that you like and comment on the songs that we react to, as well as go to their YouTube channel and subscribe. And maybe even a step further and purchase one of their songs. Also, make sure that you always check the pinned comments that we have and also our community tab, because we always post stuff up there. You never know, might be something that's beneficial to you. Please also check out our Discord. It's in the description links. We have a lot of great channels on there, and it's completely free to join our Discord. So thanks so much.
What is good, you sexy son of a guns? It's Philly. It's Tazzz. It's the Tazzz and Philly Show, and we are back with another reaction video. Hey guys, what's up? Philly and Tazzz are back with another one. It's another reaction video here. And so we always speak about music appreciation and how we like to talk about up-and-coming artists and try to give a platform to anybody who, has music that's worthy of listening to. And in this particular case, this is actually a personal friend of mine. His name is Mitch. I don't know if he wants me to give his last name. I'm pretty sure he said it was all right. And it's he's out there. So his name is Mitch Kohler. And I know he'll be proud of this. He has an album out called Legend of 91. The song is called Haze. I know he's been writing music and playing the guitar for an awfully long time. He is a really, really good guitar player. I got to give the guy a lot of credit. I know it's a passion of his. I know he's been writing music for a long time. He's a creative guy. And one thing that's very interesting about him, and he said, I asked him straight up before I mentioned this if it was all right. And he said, yeah, it's part of the journey. So Mitch actually suffers from Tourette syndrome. And I believe that the music probably helps him cope. I would imagine, because I know when he plays it, his tics kind of go away and that kind of thing. And, putting himself out there through his music, I'm sure isn't always the easiest thing to do, especially when you have something that you're mindful of and you understand that not everybody even knows what's going on. Sometimes you have to tell people what you have going on because of the involuntary tics it causes or some of the things it can have you say or what have you. So he's a really interesting guy, but in the case of this, he put out an album. He's a really big fan of like the punk rock scene, like the Blink 182s and Good Charlottes. And this particular song is probably the hardest song off his album, like the hardest rock sounding song off his album. I know his album has a multitude of different styles and sounds, but he wrote the music. He plays guitar. And in this case, even though he's not really a singer, and he will tell you that, he has taken vocal lessons, and just through production, he was actually able to sing the song as well, because he is in the process of finding some new bandmates as well. I know he's trying to put together, but this is music that he wrote a long time ago, and he finally was able to put it out and produce it and get it to sound like top-notch quality. So the songs have been written a while, but the music and the release time is brand new. The production is brand new, but this is him, man. This is him. I don't believe he's doing the drums, but he's definitely playing the guitar, and he's definitely the lead singer in this. So curious to see what you guys think. I mean, we always ask for you to be brutally honest. I told him that I wanted to hate it just so I could rip him up about it, but he's talented, and I told him I don't hate a lot of what you do, and it makes me sick that I have to say that, but I'm going to be honest. If I don't like the song, I don't like the song. If I do like the song, I do like the song, and let us know below what you think. Also kind of like his cover art. Reminds me of my time growing up with the tapes and the Walkman and the headphones, and it gives off like that 90s vibe, which is perfect for Legend of 91. So go ahead, Tazzz. I know you don't know him. I know you don't know anything about what we're about to check out, so this is new to you. If you want to have any quick thoughts, feel free. If not, we'll get into it.
Yeah, Philly and I are very brutally honest. Like, even if I made a record Philly would rip me one if he didn't like it, and we're besties for 15 plus years. So, but what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so
I don't know what you were going to say.
The beauty of this channel is we like to be surprised. We've reacted to many different genres, different artists, different songs. I've never heard of him before, so I don't know what I'm about to expect, but that's the beauty of it. There's so much great types of music out there, such a diversity of musicality. So, and it's really cool that, you know, even though this particular artist is someone that's actual friends with Philly, we support many underrated artists or up and coming artists. So whether we know them or not, so we hope you do the same. Please listen to this song and please support the artist. Please do not always come onto our channel to only watch artists that you know and love. Let's give other music that you may not have heard a chance, because you might surprise yourself, just like we are surprised and we like things. As you see here, because we practice what we preach, we're subscribing to Mitch's YouTube channel, and we're also hitting like, because we really want you, hope that you do the same. I always say, imagine if it was you. Wouldn't you like to wake up the next day and say, oh my God, I got a new subscriber, I got someone that commented? Please, please, please. We really hope that you give songs that you never heard of a chance, just like Philly and I do. So other than that, we'll commentate more afterwards. Oh, and then let me just say, because I don't know which video you might watch first on our channel. It's a new year, as you know. We hope that 2024 is a great year for you, and hopefully it's better than 2023. We really, really do. If there's any negative stuff that you can leave back in last year and start anew, hopefully so. We wish you the best. We are very supportive of our subscribers and our viewers. If you ever need to talk or vent about anything, you can always reach out to us on our social medias. The links are in our descriptions. And we also have a Discord channel, which is free. And we have dedicated channels in there if you ever need to get stuff off your chest. So, but let's, if you can, try to be positive, try to grow. And yeah, let's be supportive of one another. So without further ado, we'll commentate afterwards. Let's see what this is all about. Here we go.
Look at me now, caught in a haze. Been looking lately at the world sideways. Nothing fun ever happens in this town. Give me a reason not to shut it down. Lights go out, the carnival goes up in flames.
Oh, I like that. Oh, so let me stop.
Well, I mean,
go ahead, Philly.
so I mean, I've heard this, so this song's not necessarily new to me. So it's more about, I guess, I mean, yes, I like it. I mean, I told him I like it. I'll let you give your thoughts first, and then I can speak a little bit more on it. You've never heard it before, so this is a first impression for you.
Yeah, definitely first impression for me. It definitely gave me, because I'm really big on the 80s. Like, I love 80s music. So it teleported me back to the 80s. It had an 80s vibe. And I would imagine that was the intention, because on the still shot, it has the cassette player and stuff like that. So those are things that are back in the day. So
I think more like 90s, probably.
80s, 90s. I mean, I like the 90s too. So yeah, 80s, 90s, whichever. But mission accomplished if that was your intention, Mitch. And I love your silliness with it, like the whole narrative thing, like introducing like the announcer of a show. So I like that. It adds a little bit of uniqueness. It wasn't, it also added layers to the song. So really great rocker vibe. Really like your voice, that rocker voice. So I liked everything about it. And like, yeah, like many people can relate to that. Like, welcome to the freak show. Like, you're going through some stuff, or like the song is titled Haze, like life itself is sometimes a haze. Not everything is crystal clear. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure many of you can relate to this. Some things that happen are just a haze, or some people have different interpretations of what they think life is. Like some people have said, and I try to keep an open mind, like they think that life right now, as we're all going through, is like a video game. Like we're in a giant video game and it's just continuous. Like those Castlevania type style games where you get to the end of the screen and it's just a continuation. And like when I think about that, sometimes I can relate to that, and sometimes, just like in a video game, there's a question mark, there's something we have to figure out and stuff. And that's life too. So like many facets of life is like a haze. So that's what I got when I was listening to it and stuff. And I really like, again, how he approached that. It's like introducing, like myself, welcome to the freak show. That also makes me think sometimes you just have to embrace things like who you are, because some people are in denial about who they are, and some people embrace it. Like, yes, this is me. I'm going through some shit. I'm a hot mess. Welcome to the freak show. This is me. And I have a respect for people like that sometimes who admit it, because they may not be necessarily easy to get to change, depending on the situation. As Philly has said earlier, and he said Mitch is open about it or whatever, that he suffers from Tourette. So I applaud him, first of all, for letting that be known. One of my favorite second baseman from the Phillies, Jim Eisenreich. Yes, didn't he suffer from? Wait a minute, am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. He just was not a second baseman.
Oh, shortstop.
Nope.
He was not first base or third base or outfielder.
Yeah, he was an outfielder. Go ahead.
All right. One of the fielders of the Phillies, Jim Eisenreich, back in I think the 80s or 90s, suffers from Tourette syndrome. And I remember when I had heard that, I respected that, because, there's some people that may not want to be in the spotlight and stuff like that if they suffer from that. And like, if you're a baseball player, a professional one, there's going to be cameras on you. You may do interviews and stuff like that. So he had his own copings with it. So I respect people that have certain conditions where they don't let it hinder them, and they embrace it, and they do what they can to live through it. So that's what made me think of that when Philly said a moment ago about Mitch, because I didn't know this. I don't know Mitch personally, but yeah, back to the song. I really, really liked it. I liked the vibe that it was, and I really liked the uniqueness of it. So yeah, that's my thoughts, Philly.
I mean, I'm sure he would appreciate that. I think, if I remember correctly, that he said it was based off of a book that he read. I'm not going to lie and sit here. I can remember to tell you exactly which book it was. Maybe he'll participate in this and he will put it in the comments. But I mean, it suits the song. Definitely suits his personality. I mean, knowing just who he is and the type of music that he listens to. But You know, I've told him before. I mean, I genuinely did like it. I've listened to it a couple of different times. I like the riff. I do think he sounds good, even though he's not really a singer. You know, I know they can do things with production to make you sound better than you are, but in the case of this, whatever they did or whatever he did, it came together well. And, you know, he's got like, I don't know, it's not a large album. It's got like maybe like 6 songs or 7 songs on it, maybe something in that neighborhood. But he's always writing music and he's got more stuff coming out. So I told him we would go through some of this album we'll spread it out over some videos and, you know, give it a whirl and see what, you know, what we think about the rest of it. But please, you know, let us know down below, you know, what did your thoughts are. I know he would love any feedback possible. I know one of the things that somebody had said was that it sounded kind of dated, but I think that was sort of the intention because that's the type of music that he likes and the kind of vibe that he likes. So nonetheless, though, everything that is vintage and retro becomes back and popular again. So at some point, all that music, even though it never really goes out, will come back around, I'm sure, and it'll be very prevalent. But I liked it. I liked the riff, like I said, and it would intrigue me to listen to more. So, you know, thanks for guys for checking it out. Thanks for your honest opinions on it. I know Mitch will be, you know, very excited to see what is said. So I guess it's time to vote, right?
Yeah, let me just add, like, so many of us like vintage, and like I said, the 80s was one of my favorite times musically. So even though it's now 2024, it doesn't necessarily mean that we all want current 2024 music. So I applaud people that are current artists who want to give a vibe of like nostalgia, because there's nothing wrong with nostalgia. Many things are good old, like wine. People like old wine as opposed to new wine. So why can't music be the same? So, and also not every performer or artist needs to be like a perfect singer, like can belt out like high octaves and stuff like that. Sometimes as a performer, or if you have a message to convey and you have that uniqueness, in this case, Mitch can play instruments and he may not have necessarily some high caliber voice, but he gives it to you in a way that sounds good to the ear, and also it can have meaning, or it could be a song that's just to have fun. So an artist and a performer is not always necessarily like the best singer in the world, and that's okay. So we all have different types of preferences in music. So that's letting you know about me. I love singers that can sing their asses off, and I also love performers who can give you great lyrics and some uniqueness along with good music. So yeah, that's what I feel about Mitch. Mitch, I wish you the best. If this is something that you're serious in doing and you want to grow, I wish you continuous success. And I'm not just saying that because you're Philly's friend, because we keep it real and authentic here. If I didn't like it, I would have said it regardless, which is still my opinion, but I actually like your vibe. So wishing you the best, man. So now we can vote. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be happy to hear that. So, all right, it's ass or pass. Thumbs up, thumbs down. If the song sucked, it's ass. Thumbs down. If the song doesn't suck, it's not ass. Thumbs up. Tazzz will count to 3. I will drum roll, and we will rate this song together. Tazzz, are you ready?
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Boom.
No, just kidding.
I had a feeling you were going to do that. Put the thumb up then.
Yeah. Thumbs up for him. Thumbs up for the song. I mean, thumbs down for him. Fuck him. He sucks. No, that's all good. We appreciate it. I'm only kidding. Good job, Mitch. I wanted to hate it, but I don't. So go out, support the song Haze, support the album Legends of 91, support Mitch. He needs all he can get. Guy can't stand on his own 2 feet. So no, I'm just kidding. We'll get more into this for sure. Thanks again for being here. Keep the requests coming. Thank you guys so much. I'm Philly. It's Tazzz. Until next time, it's the Tazzz and Philly Show. Have a wonderful night in peace.
And take it easy and keep it breezy.